It just has some kind of connection. When I began practicing Falun Gong, I started doing the exercises, the teaching, telling me about truthfulness, compassion, and forbearance. And these are the things that I believe the universe needs, and I believe I need.
One analogy I've heard is it's a Chinese form of yoga. It's a blending of mild exercises and spirituality. It's based on Chinese tradition, so it's the historical Chinese exercises, the Qigong, best known of which is Tai Chi. It's a blending and updating of the spiritual traditions of Buddhism and Taoism. The genius of the founder was that he blended these two traditions into one. The result was it had an immediate appeal to the Chinese population in an ideological vacuum at a time when the Communist Party had shifted from socialism to capitalism, and it caught like wildfire. And it was initially, of course, encouraged by the Chinese government because they were withdrawing money from the health system. The health system was underfunded, and this set of exercises was beneficial to health, so it cut down on the cost of the health system.
After I practiced Falun Gong for like half a year, seems like something is going on in my body. My health started to change. And I find that I have more energy, and later on I could do without medication.
Before I practiced Falun Gong, I often had bad thoughts. After learning Falun Gong, I began to recognize those bad thoughts and was able to get rid of them.
How I treat people, how I treat work, how I do things, it's like a guiding light for me.
There were more people practicing Falun Gong at the height of its popularity than there were members of the Communist Party. And it was external. I mean, there were practice stations, 3,000 in Beijing alone, people practicing outdoors these exercises. So they were everywhere, and the party could see them. And they were everywhere in China. I mean, everybody had a relative or a friend or a neighbor who was a Falun Gong practitioner. It was Han Chinese, it was authentically Chinese, it was based on Chinese traditions, and the Communist Party thought of itself as modern, and it's the sort of China that would have existed without the Communist Party. The three dictates of Falun Gong are compassion, tolerance, and truthfulness. This was a group of people that didn't buy into the communist ideology, I mean, what was left of it, because even though it had abandoned its socialism, it hadn't abandoned its atheism, and this group was spiritual. Couple this with paranoia, the need for the party to develop enemies to justify its own hold on power, their lack of understanding of the phenomenon, it was banned.
How come the authority so afraid of this group of people?
It was never banned by the state. You'll never find an order saying it's banned. But it was banned by the party internally, and then the party just set up this apparatus to repress it. So the party set up this system of repression of Falun Gong called the 610 Office because of the date when it was founded, June 10th, 1999. And it went throughout the whole Chinese system, instructing the police and the prosecutors and the defense and the courts, because all of these systems are just facades behind which the Communist Party provides direction. The practitioners of Falun Gong, they had no political agenda, they have no organization. I mean, it's a set of exercises. And they had these kind of traditional Chinese beliefs. They had this simple moral stance. They couldn't understand why the party would feel threatened by it or what was wrong with what they were doing. So they started to protest. I mean, the protest inflamed the party. The banning was in early '99, and by the fall of '99, they'd set up a catch and release system. People would come to Beijing and protest, and they'd arrest them, say don't do it, and they'd get released, and they'd come back and start protesting. So in November '99, they really cracked down. They held a party meeting, and 3,000 senior party people and said, bankrupt them financially, destroy them physically, and repress them morally, something like that. And at this point, they got really murderous, torturing people to death to recant, and it just went on from there.
This big trouble, I think about for a long, long time. No more culture. No more arts. Only fighting. Too many good Chinese don't want to stay in China. We can't see the future. I saw the Chinese future. If Communist Party still control China, will destroy China everything, include the environment, the culture, the economy. So I wish all the developing country, the government, the politicians really understand the Communist Party make very, very dangerous future for the China. And not this bad future, not for only for China, for all our world.
I was being detained, confined to my home. They assigned people to take shifts to be on guard outside my place 24 hours a day. They watched me and prevented me from leaving my home. They also brought me to the police station, took my pictures, and told me that my name now was on their blacklist. They forced me to hand in all my identification documents and certificates, including my university certificate, to the supervisors of my workplace. I was asked to give them 3,000 yuan to guarantee that I would not run away. Also, my telephone was monitored. Often others couldn't call in. Because they were monitoring my phone, people couldn't get through my phone line. Police officers, supervisors of my school, and the local neighborhood committee members often came to my home telling me to do or not to do something. They harassed me, telling me not to read Falun Gong books. The whole ordeal caused a lot of pressure to my entire family. A lot of pressure. We felt unsafe everywhere. We had no human rights. I particularly hope that people who have not heard about Falun Gong can learn about it. There are many people just like me in China, people my age, and some of them died. I just hope that all people in this world be able to say no to the Communist Party, help stop this persecution, and save helpless people.
When I was 26 years old, many friends introducing Falun Dafa. In the beginning, I really gave up the hate, because before I hate my family, my parents, especially my father, because I really feel suffer in that family. I want to escape, but now I find this Falun Dafa. I feel it gave me really safe and warm. When I practice Falun Dafa, after I remove my bad thinking, so I know that's the right way for my life. When the persecution started, 1999 July 20, I was put in jail by Chinese government 3.5 years. After 1 year, they put me in a very small room with 2 criminals. And I feel nervous because the 2 people always watch me day and night. Even in a dream, I cannot feel safe. They force me to do lots of work. And at that time, my bone is really, really hard. I really feel pain, and the day and night, I feel suffer. But they don't care about me. They lie to everybody, said I'm not really sick. When I released from jail, so they follow me, follow my family. To protect my family, so I decided to leave China. I hope everyone can hear my voice today to help stop the persecution in China, to help stop the killing, stop the torture, stop the organ harvesting in China.
My persecution shows that the Chinese government does not uphold human rights, especially to Falun Gong practitioners. No human rights at all. I have freedom today because I'm in Canada. I hope that conscientious people in this world learn the truth of Falun Gong, its practitioners, and the persecution the practitioners have experienced and are experiencing in China. I hope conscientious people and governments can help stop the persecution. These people are good people following the principle of truthfulness, compassion, forbearance. Such things shouldn't have happened. This world needs truthfulness, compassion, and forbearance. People need peace. So today, I'm here, hoping everyone can hear the voice coming from the bottom of my heart and help stop the persecution. In the New Year's Day of 2001, I went to Beijing to appeal. I was arrested on the Tiananmen Square even before I could arrive at the appeal office. Just because I had shouted Falun Dafa is good, several officers in uniform and plain clothes ran to me almost instantly. They ran to me and grabbed me.